taking so long? Hope it's not going to be one of those days, right? There we go. This race is supposed to be broadcasted or something. Indy cars at Summit Point. Oh boy, Summit Point. I've been doing a lot of racing there lately in the USF 2000 cars. Got a lot of second places and one win and one DNF. Oh. Last night we went to the Meadowlands for the first time in a long time, really. I drank some wine. I didn't think I drank that much, but today I feel like, I feel like garbage. 51%, so we'll plug this in. Let's put on music. I gotta practice with the Indy cars at this track because I don't know what to expect. I know the track, but I don't know the braking points and everything else. So and if they have a team speak, I don't know about it. So whoa, what? Oh, you saw it. It disappeared. Here it is again, disappearing. It's gonna be one of those days, I could tell. 90%. Look at how long it's taking to load. I don't know if it's my computer. I really believe this is why I've been so slow. Something my computer's not, my processor, I guess. It's not keeping up, and I have a feeling I'm gonna have to take this off. Oh boy. Look at this. Qualify. Oh my word.
Okay, Rick. 5 minutes to go. 5 minutes left. The leader has just done 59.0.
59. I thought practice began at. See what's happening here? Look at this. Look at this. Come on, let's go. This is going to be a bad race, and there's nothing I can do about it. Point this at me.
Pit lane speed limit is 72 kilometers per hour. As a car approaching, stay behind the white line. We've got 3 minutes to get the job done.
Now that I'm blind. Oh, this is so bad.
pace. That puts you 3.5 seconds off the pace. Sector 3 time is fast. Sector 2 is 0.4 off the pace. That's 2 minutes left, 2 minutes. E7, you're now 0.1 off the pace. Sector 3 time's okay. Sector 1 time is good. Sector 2 time is good.
Oh boy. This will be the last lap.
You're currently 1.1 seconds off the leader's pace. That was at 58.5. The leader's just done a 57.3. Sector 1 is 0.3 off the pace.
It's so lumpy, man. God, I hate this sim. I swear to God, I do.
Checkered flag, 7th position. Bad luck, Rick. That looked bad. You okay?
See how the whole car's like. How many people are in this field? That's it? $57,2, $58,4. Oh my God in heaven. 57, 57, 57, 57. Are you kidding me?
Almost had you, Alex.
All right, well, just got to wait for the attrition. That's my play. That's all I could do. Just going to kind of be behind. I thought practice started at 12, not the race, so my bad. I didn't get much practice. Nice pole there, Alex.
Thank you.
Yeah, good lap, Alex.
That's the end of the session. P7.
The tight stuff. I don't know what corner it is.
Yeah, I think I was on a 57-1, but I messed it up. Well, good luck, everybody. Let's try to keep it a whole lot cleaner than the last race.
Yeah, whatever.
Be careful in turn 1, and also, be careful with lappers.
Lappers. Well, actually, I might be a lapper today. Don't worry, I'll make sure I get out of everybody's way.
And don't reverse onto the track when there's oncoming cars. especially Dakota.
Interesting. Why is the engine map on 7? Shouldn't it be on 1? Well, I'm going to have it on 1 now, see if there's a difference. 10 push to passes. Probably won't even bother. I'm actually next to last, aren't I? 7, 8, 9. Somebody behind me? All right. Three sets of tires. How many laps? 63 laps. That's going to be a good hour at least.
Leader controls the start.
This looks like a standing start.
It's not.
No, it doesn't. Standing start, everybody's staggered.
It says 1 degree.
63 laps. The track temp is
There's
105
a
Fahrenheit.
tape.
It's Daniel.
101.
Gonna have a bad time.
Just trying to study. I think I'll leave it like that. It felt good to me, you know.
Follow car
How do
number
we form up?
23 in the right lane.
I've never done a standing start before with a formation.
We're not doing it.
I guess it's not. I was just seeing what looked like the Formula One style lights come up on the front, but
I didn't see lights.
we're rolling.
What is he talking about?
Yeah, that's what I thought too, but I was like, if we're doing a standing start, then how are we doing a parade lap or formation lap? Like, I've never done that in an iRacing standing start before, so that's why I was asking.
Yeah, iRacing stand.
But it's probably just a rolling start then.
So, Matt, do I go on green or can I choose when to go?
Leader decides to start, so you can go whenever you want.
Rules say leader dictates the start, so.
Most everybody in front of me is in the 57s. The low 57s too, so I'm just gonna, I'm not even,
can
you
go
know.
now if you want to. Just pass the pace car and just start going.
Okay, sounds good.
Good year.
Look at the reflection. I mean, this is, I know that it's realistic, but I really don't particularly care for it. I'll just be running laps here in the back by myself.
Be careful here, guys.
Kind of sucks, but don't really have a choice. I didn't get any practice here. I didn't know they were going right to qualifying. Come on. Yes. Drive me nuts when I have food there.
Catch up to car number 23. Okay, Rick, get ready. Floor 8.
See ya, everybody.
Car right. Still there. Hold your line. Clear right. Sixth place. All right, Rick, you're in the sky. The gap's now 0.3.
almighty, no grip. Look. I hope some people spin off.
The leader has just done a 58.3. The car ahead has just done a 58.0.
God almighty. Oh, whatever.
Eric is getting closer. The gap's now 0.7. The leader has just done a 57.9. Good lap. That's your quickest so far. B6.
Man, just won't stick.
The leader has just done a 57.7. The gap in front is now 0.9.
Why was that smoke black from the dirt?
That lap time was 58.0.
I haven't seen anybody make a mistake yet in front. It's typical.
That lap was at 58.1.
There's one. See how they're getting stuck in the corners and I'm not? My 5th, I hope.
The guy in front has just
Nope.
done a 57.8.
It's not fair when I don't grip like everybody else. It's not fair.
The gap ahead is now 1.0.
Well, that's one down.
Okay, Rick, lap times are pretty consistent. P5. That lap time was 58.1. On your right. He's still there. Clear right.
It says Corinthians. Wonder what that means. Well, I blew that. See how I have no grip? Is that fair? Whatever. Whatever, I'm not gonna fucking push it when I'm at a disadvantage like this. I got no grip, I'm sliding everywhere, and nobody else is. Whatever.
The leader's just done a 57.4.
Putting the air
Guy
conditioner
ahead's
on.
lap time is a 57.7. Okay, Rick, you're reeling Ritter in. The gap is 1.0 seconds. The leader has just done a 57.3.
That's another one down. Now I'm in 4th.
P4, your lap time was 57.8. That lap was at 58.1. Sector 3 is 0.3 off the pace. gap in front has increased. It's now about 3.6.
Because Ritter held me up.
The guy ahead has just done a 57.2.
What the hell is he? Oh, there he is. Nice.
Sectors 1 and 2 are 0.2 off the pace. Sector 3 is 0.4 off the pace.
Unbelievable. Even if I try to go slow through that, you know, to that corner, it still slides in the front. Just fucking pulling away from me. Oh shit. Whatever.
Your last lap time was at 58.4. Need to stop again.
Here we go.
Stay between the lines.
I hate these physics. I hate them. Hate them. Hate them. Hate them. Hate them. I gotta deal with it. Six seconds. How are they just pulling away from me? Whatever. It's typical. I'm good. I wish I knew how I was getting screwed.
V4, the gap in front is now 5.9 seconds.
I just have to hope and pray they make mistakes.
About
That's
4
it.
laps of fuel left.
There you go. There you go. Knew that was coming eventually.
Just cut the track.
You know, inevitable. Totally inevitable. I'm not fucking pushing it anymore. I'm sick of this fucking... I'm sick of these fucking physics. I really am. I'm not pushing it anymore.
Ritter is reeling you in. The gap's now 6.9 seconds. P3, you've got about 3 laps of fuel left.
These physics are so fucking bad. Oh, God.
Only 2 laps of fuel left.
Whatever. It grips, it doesn't grip. It either grips and pulls you over to the curb, or it just pushes. You know. 4 point. How the fuck did he gain 2 seconds on me?
Okay, Rick, coming to the pits at the end of this lap. Box this lap.
Fucking pisses me off. How did he gain? Where did he get the 2 seconds in a lap? Grip, no grip. Grip, no grip. Push like crazy. Push like crazy. Still pushing.
Closing in.
Two litres remaining. The car ahead's pitting.
Still gaining on me.
We think we'll need to stop again.
Pitting out.
There's a car behind. Take care, rejoin him. P5. Lead car's pitting. The gap in front is increasing. It's now 9.3.
Yeah, whatever. And they won't make any mistakes either. There I go, off the track in the dirt, spinning around. As soon as I spin, I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna leave.
P4. The gap to Rita behind is increasing. It's now 3.6. You've just done 57.5.
See? Unbelievable. I fucking hate these physics so much, I can't even put it into words. Son of a motherfucking bitch.
track temperature is decreasing. It's now 101 Fahrenheit.
And he's catching me, of course. I just want to quit. I really do. I don't feel like doing this.
58.6.
No matter what I do, he's catching me. All right, I'm done. I'm done. I'm out of here. I'm done. Yep, I'm done. And I got a shit song that's playing. Hey, everybody. I'm frustrated. I'm frustrated because, whatever, you know. You've heard it before. I'm frustrated because, what do you call it? I'm sliding like crazy, and I see these guys just zip through the corners, and it's bullshit. It's total fucking bullshit, and I'm not gonna do it. You know, if this continues, why the fuck can't we have the Indy cars AI by now? Why? Because there's somebody out there, there's some scumbag out there, jealous motherfucker, jealous motherfucker, who's got no fucking life, who doesn't like me because he's jealous because I've got the passion, the personality, I've got the skill, I go out there and win races. Somebody's in there with the higher ups of iRacing and said something and, you know, take 5% of Rick Rabon's grip away, and you don't know. They could easily do that with the computer. Who knows? I'll tell you something. If I ever find out something like that, I am going to sue iRacing for millions for my pain and suffering. I paid for a service, and for all the frustration and everything else for somebody to do that to me, if I ever find out, I'm going to fucking take them to court. You better believe it. Because I can't get into Lionheart. Probably somebody like George Sandman, or I don't even know who, could even be Sage for all I know. Because Sage broke away from me because I'm too much of a conservative man. You know, fine, whatever. I was actually pretty good for a while. I did pretty good considering I didn't practice at all. Qualifying was my practice, and I really couldn't get any fit. But those Indy cars on the bumpy surface, like oh, maybe I'm just too old for this. Maybe I'm like Roger Murtaugh. I'm just too old for this shit. I don't want to deal with people. Not that nobody did anything wrong. Nobody did anything wrong. You know? You know, I'm not a crazy old man. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, you know? I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I've been doing this for a long time. And I recognize the differences between what my car is doing and what other people's cars are doing. And, you know, it's bullshit. It really is. Yeah. See if anybody's around. See if Butch tried to educate anybody anymore. I supposed to be in here? Oh, shoot.
For your NASCAR or wing sprint, look no further than BK Paints. Link is in the description to their Facebook. It's in the description to their Facebook group, and there you can talk to them, and where you can purchase talk to them about purchasing your custom livery for your iRacing car. And like I said, folks, there's nothing like racing your own custom livery, something that's uniquely yours. Put a little Easter, it's yours. That when you get your car shown on a stream, you go, "Hey, man, that's me." So you definitely want to do that. Check out the guys at BK Paints. Get them at Facebook/BK Paints. I guess they do Indy cars too. They're showing Indy cars during the slideshow there. So maybe I have to talk to them. Okay, guys at BK Paints, I'm going to talk to you about some IndyCar designs. I got some ideas. Back to the action. Here's the Velocity online racing sponsored car of Julian Altena. Julian join us remotely all the way from the Netherlands. I was in a race with Julian last night. He is my teammate in the Velocity online racing league. Oh, little wide there. Recover. Recover. There you go. Settle. Probably sounding like the guy on Crew Chief right now. Little wide there. Maximizing the speed off of turn 10 so you can blast down the main straight. Let's pop in his car. Okay, Julian, move over.
This has been a great race, Gary.
Uh-oh, I hear voices.
It's Rick Ravon joining you up in the booth.
See, is everyone hearing Rick? I don't know. We'll see. Okay, Rick has joined me up in the booth as we jumped on. We're jumping on Julian's lap here. We're in his car right now. So, Rick, what happened out there? Just a short day, or?
Well, yeah, it was a little bit of frustration. I thought the race was the practice was going to begin at 12 o'clock. I didn't know that the race started at 12 o'clock. iRacing's a little strange the way they list these things. And sometimes you'll see 7:30, and that's when practice starts. Sometimes if you see 12 o'clock or whatever, that's actually when the race started. So I literally jumped in to practice during qualifying, and there was 5 minutes left. So I didn't have any time to really get used to the braking points and the apexes and everything else. So I was kind of starting behind the 8 ball there. But, I just started getting loose and spin. I couldn't push it. I felt like there was no grip. And I just said, the heck with it. At some point, I moved up to 4th, but only because these guys they made a few mistakes, and that's what moved me up. But after that, I just said, the heck with this. I'll just watch.
Yeah, we just happened to have the camera on you when we were watching that battle with Ritter when he got loose and spun out coming out of turn 10, and you passed him, and he shot right back across the track and almost got you. And I'm like, whoo!
Yeah, he sure did.
That was your one close call of the day.
Yeah, he sure did. And I was watching him. When you're that close on a track like this, and it's pretty bumpy too, and especially coming through that final corner when you come onto the main stretch, it's pretty bumpy. So it tends to upset the balance of the car, and you can easily lose control, especially if you get your right side wheels on that raised curbing over there. And that's exactly what happened to him. And I was kind of prepared for it, but hey, look, if he came across the racetrack, there was nothing I could have done.
Right. It's one of those classic racing incidents.
I left the race. I'm trying to get back in so I could watch. If I if I even thought that I could come into the broadcast booth and join you, I never would have left. I just would have joined you in the broadcast booth. And I'm trying to get back in there, and it won't let me.
Well, if you go to YouTube and subscribe to the Raceverse channel, you should be able to watch the stream. It'll be delayed by about 30 seconds for you.
Ah.
That's right. Joining me in the booth is my good friend, the idol of many, drives in the image of Rick Mears, is my good friend Rick Vaughn.
I most certainly do. Rick Ravon. Yes. I love Rick Mears. He's my hero. Let me see if I can find this Raceverse here.
Yep, YouTube. So we're still on board with Julian here. This is your closest battle on the racetrack right now. He's 2 seconds behind.
I'm trying
as
to.
the
I
crow
left the race.
flies.
I'm trying to get back in. So
Dakota coming through the S's, third gear, fourth gear, onto the stretch leading to turn 10, fifth gear. Oh, we are pitting. We are right in that pit window. He is diving in with Dakota, so it's going to be a race off pit road. Let's watch from the perspective of Julian here. Let's stay in the car and see how the crews do with the pit stop. He hits his mark. Pneumatic jacks is up. New tires. Full of fuel. He's on the accelerator. And they are about down and away about the same time. So he just needs to make it up on the course, I guess. You're not going to make it up in the pits. You're going to make it up on the course.
yeah, it looks like the top three are pretty well spread out at this point, and I don't think any one of them is going to really gain much of an advantage through the pit stops. Maybe a second and a half. These guys are very experienced. They know what they're doing, so I can't imagine they're going to botch their pit stops up enough to, unless they break the speed limit. But again, they're very experienced racers. I just don't see that happening.
Now, this is a pretty disciplined group right here. But, you know, everyone's human, so mistakes do happen, but we shall see. So Julian did make up a little bit of time. He's within a second. He was within 2 seconds before the pit stop. He's now within a second now. So as Rick was saying, he made up a little bit of time, but I think that most of that was done either at pit entrance or at exit on the outlap. It definitely wasn't in the pit.
Indeed.
Van Zant's still your leader as he's coming through the S's, going on to turn 9, getting ready to make that turn on the turn 10 for the straightaway. There you go. Yeah, Rick is right. This place is very bumpy. It is very bumpy. And if you have a force feedback wheel and you have the force feedback turned on, you're going to feel every single one of those bumps in the wheel. I would imagine if a little sideways there, a little bit of tank slapper on the outside coming into turn 1 by Alex. But if you have force feedback, you're going to feel every bit of it. And if this was a real IndyCar race going on here, those in-car shots you'd be seeing would be darn near impossible to actually see a clear image because it'll be vibrating so much. So this is a club track, so it's meant for like SCCA stuff and that type of stuff. You would never see, maybe earlier in its history, but not in its current history. Doubtful you would ever see Indy cars ever here.
No, I can't imagine that they would. I mean, the track is very dangerous as far as Indy cars are concerned. That's why they really run this, other types of race cars here. As far as the standards of IndyCar, with the runoff areas, and they have walls around the track and things like that. Here, you could slide off and go up that embankment and end up in a tree, for crying out loud.
Yeah, you could launch yourself. Actually, I did do that on one of my reconnaissance laps here. It's like right here. It's like I got loose, and then all of a sudden I caught again, and I went right over that wooden fence there.
Yeah, it wasn't much fun, especially when you have VR like I have, and everything just feels so real. You're so immersed in that car, it almost feels like you're literally going over the embankment, and it was quite a ride with VR on. I highly recommend it. If you don't have VR, you've got to at least give it a shot.
Yeah, there's a lot of upgrades that folks can make to increase their iRacing experience. You, of course, can always different hardware, different graphics cards, different processors. Thankfully, the game itself, the sim itself, doesn't really require a lot of power in that aspect. But to enhance your gaming experience, there is the VR experience. I managed to. Rick actually is running the Oculus. I hacked a PSVR to work,
Oh, you
and
did?
yeah,
I didn't
and
know that was
I got it.
possible.
It is, and there's a couple YouTube videos on how to make a PSVR work, but it's a little bit of a hacking going on there, and I don't know if you experienced it with the Oculus. Van Zant taking a little wide on turn 5 there. If you've experienced with the Oculus, but sometimes you'll have that walking image where the image is slowly scrolling in your field of view, but you're not turning your head. You ever had that happen?
I don't recall.
Okay. Well, this is something I experienced with the PSVR is that you're looking ahead, but the view in front of you is very slowly moving to the left or to the right. And I think a lot of that has to do with the sensors and everything in the PSVR versus the sensors in the Oculus. The Oculus is meant for computers. The PSVR is not. It's really meant for the PlayStation.
And you
but I did get it.
Whoa, whoa. Oh, yeah, very wide. I'm sorry. I'm just catching the replay right here. I'm sorry.
Get about 30 seconds behind.
Yeah.
The PSVR, like I said, will work, but it's not the. If I get it to work and I'm in a race, I just don't want it to start flaking out at me at that point. And I've been in more than one race where a driver, all of a sudden their VR headsets flake out on them and then they have to stop. So that's kind of one of the things. If I'm going to get VR, and I did get, like I said, I got the PSVR to work, and I did some laps at like Texas and Indianapolis and stuff with it. And Alex is into the pits here, so he's in his in lap. It is a bit of a different experience when you're racing the car or you're driving the car itself on a static monitor. Maybe you're using a single monitor, maybe using multiple monitors, and you have the whole panoramic type view. You're pretty much looking straight ahead all the time. So one of the things I found out using the PSVR and even the Tracker IR is that sometimes when I would turn my head and my view would change in the screen, my hands would tend to follow on the steering wheel.
Right.
So it's something that you have to kind of get used to. And you can't just get VR, jump in the first race you see and expect to be racing at the same level you were when you weren't. There is a bit of a learning curve there. So as Rick says, there's very few upgrades that you can make that are cost effective to your iRacing experience. Getting the into the VR is one of the more cost-effective ways. I mean, you can spend thousands on another rig and rockers and shakers and all that stuff, but you're only looking at a couple $100 for Oculus VR, and that will increase your experience tenfold.
Well, you are the computer guru, so you definitely know what you're doing there. I think you're an IT specialist. That's what you do. So if anybody could finagle something and maybe get it to work perfectly, it's you.
Well, thanks for stroking the ego.
What am I here for?
We are a lap 44
in the lead.
What's that?
I said, meanwhile, Sant continues in the lead.
Yeah, Van Sant is in the lead. We are a lap 44 of 63 here at Summit Point Raceway. You have joined us. It's the Raceverse IndyCar Challenge powered by BK Paints. And we are into turn 5. Julian has spun out. He is recovered, and he is back under speed. But that was an oh crap moment for him. So DeMade is going to make up some ground there. It remains to be seen how much. I wonder how much of that was cold or new tires. I would think that his tires were up to temp by that point. Yeah, he's kind of scrubbing off going down into turn 10. Yeah, there it is. You see it.
Yep,
yeah,
I'm seeing it.
Coming down to turn 10, he's trying to scrub off the dirt. It looks like he's back up to speed. And DeMage made up a little bit. He's now under 9 seconds.
I've got to get it in my mind. For some reason, being here in the booth with you and watching this, even though it's a 30-second delay, it kind of feels live. So when I see something, it's even though I've already heard the call from you, still it gets my attention.
It looks like he's back up to speed. And DeMage made up a little bit. He's now under 9 seconds. And we got Alex coming up on the current points leader, Ritter. Ritter's had himself a bit of a long day. And hey, that can happen. Believe me, I've been there. He's won the last 2 races, which were ovals. It's a whole different type of discipline here on a road course. And if you're not used to it, or you consider yourself more of an oval expert than a road course expert, you can find yourself being humbled very quickly. I can say Alex, from racing with him in the TI or the LMC Gear League, the TI League there, he is a very accomplished road racer, but he is also really good on the ovals. I was in a race with him at Kentucky in Velocity Online Racing, and he started at shotgun on the field and won the damn race. So he is extremely good. That's why I said if I need some road course lessons, I'm willing to pay you there, Alex. Just let me know when you're available.
Yeah, first of all, I don't know how to pronounce his name. Joao Ritter. Joao Ritter.
Yeah.
I've raced with him in several, and I do mean several, online official iRacing races in the Indy cars. The guy is darn good. He's really good. Unfortunately, that series seems to only run ovals because I've never seen him run a road course race. But I was racing with him. He made the mistake. He's made a couple other mistakes during the race. So obviously, to me, it doesn't seem like he's quite got the road course skills down as good as he's got the oval, because he's got that down pretty good on the oval tracks.
Yeah, and that's kind of and I feel for, and I not necessarily feel as in terms of sorry, but I've been I'm currently in Zhao's situation where I'm just not the road course guy. I would say probably Zhao is probably a little bit better than me right now, as I'm currently kind of as you go through iRacing and you earn your licenses. I've been doing a lot of road course races and or road course time trials, which is kind of the safest way to do it, really. It is a skill. It is something that I would guess maybe there's some folks out there that can pop in and are just naturally good at it right up front. But as someone that's been sim racing as long as me and has kind of preferred the ovals for as long as me, it's really kind of learning from scratch, really. And there's not much that you can take from the oval discipline and bring it over the road course. There's some skills that transfer over, but not an awful lot.
31-second lead now, and counting, for the leader, Sant, who has led right from the green flag, hasn't he?
Yeah. He had a huge jump at the green flag. I don't know if Dakota was not expecting the green flag, or maybe the go zone was a little bit earlier than he thought, but Alex got a huge jump, and yeah, he has been wire to wire. Other than pit stops, he's pretty much led everything.
Absolutely commanding performance from our leader. I can't pronounce his name. Sant?
Van Zandt. Alex Van Zandt.
Van Zandt.
Alex Van de Zandt, yeah.
I look at the leaderboard here on the broadcast, and it just says Sant. So I can't even see his entire name.
Yeah, I think it's just a limitation with the
there's only so much space in
computers from the track. Oh, while we got a bit of a 32-second lead here, let's take a look at the point situation again. So Zhao is going to be a large chunk of his lead is going to be bitten into today, with Julian. Even Julian having a long day is going to make up some ground, it looks like. But Alex is going to make up some huge ground, and he probably will have second place by the end of this race, pretty much all by himself. But if we look at today's lineup and today's point standings, let's see, Thomas didn't make a start, so Dakota will make some headway. Dave will make some headway. Tyler did not make a start. Bradley, I thought, was starting, but I don't see him. So maybe he showed up for practice but didn't decide to make the run. Craig and Chris, I thought those guys were supposed to be in the race too, or Chris was. Maybe they chose not to start. So those guys that half the top 10 never showed up. So those that were in mid-pack in the top 10, you're going to move up in the standings probably.
Yeah, sounds logical.
Of course.
Well, Mr. Godso, it's been great being up here in the booth with you, and maybe we could do this again sometime. I got to run. So,
well, thanks for popping in. Thanks for popping in, man. It was great to see your car on track. It allowed me to, especially with this big lead Alex has, to tell some stories about us racing in the past and whatnot. So let's catch you again for the next race, and we got to do Indianapolis here soon.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I can't wait. I guess we'll see you next week. Where are we running next week, anyway?
Dover.
Ooh. Ooh, that's a bull ring for the Indy cars.
yeah. If it's anything like the IRL races there, I expect attrition to be high.
Yeah, really. You're definitely going to have to try your best to keep your nose clean in that one. I expect there to be just a few yellow flags. Yeah,
just a few. And remember, the physics plays a big role in that particular track, because definitely what goes up there definitely comes back down.
Yeah, when the accident begins, it goes outside, and then after it's over, it goes inside. So you're going to have to pick your spot if you're behind one of them.
A little ping pong.
That's sort of like Bristol for the Indy cars.
Oh, God. It does not belong.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we'll see you. I appreciate you popping in. It's good to talk to you as always. We'll get in touch later today probably and something, just see what's going on. But we got some action on the track. Looks like Van de Zandt is coming up on Julian.
All right, let me see what's going on here. That was fun.
Doesn't have any controls over cheating like iRacing does. Then you start getting a lot of the accusations of cheating, and I tell you,
See what he said about me. Oh, I don't know if you can hear it, by the way. I'm going to make sure you can.
YouTube, I'll be trying to pay attention here on my phone, or hit me up on Twitter at Gary Godso. We go ahead and let's give some screen time to our beautiful sponsors, our generous sponsors. You're paying there, man. I really do. But as you know, there are some name corners, and we'll go back and buy Indy cars. No time on qualifying. Wonder what the, well, to ask Alex what the 317 signifies there. I'm guessing with Alex being from Indiana, the 317 is probably his area code too. I'm just guessing. Whoa! Yeah, a little too much maybe rear brake on that one. That's very easy to do. I took some recon laps of this place, and I know I'm not the road course racer. My thing is the ovals, so we'll see when maybe I'll do some Raceverse races when they get back on the ovals here in Dover, which, incidentally, Dover is the next race on the schedule. It is a 125 lapper on October 11th, and if these guys race like anytime or anything like IndyCar used to do when they were there, or the IRL used to do, hang on, because there's going to be some yellows. But you know what, I forgot what I was going to say. But you know what? Anyways, so Alex here running the 317, probably from Indiana, I'm going to guess. We also got my man Rick Ravon, who's loaded into the game. He is going to qualify. He had qualified with no time. He started in the field. He was my teammate at the TI Racing League Indy 500. I've known this guy for ages. I'll talk about him during the race. He's one of the best sim drivers I've known ever, period. I've known him since 1997, 98. It's hard to believe that you can foster relationships with people that long ago in sim racing, but it is possible, folks. I know iRacing hasn't been around that long, but you can definitely foster good, rewarding relationships with folks through the years. Just need to remain in contact, that's all. Go a little bit through the field. There is your current points leader. And while we're talking about that, that's Zhao. While we are talking about the points, there are the points. Zhao has won the last two. He's looking for a back-to-back-to-backer here. Let's see if he can do it. He is qualified second, so that's going to probably help him. Actually, no, he is qualified. Actually, yeah, he's right now third. I think that's just the session speed. I believe he's second on the grid. We'll check that out for sure. Right behind him, and a very close battle, like we said earlier, is Julian and Alex at 60. It goes by quick. This is a fun track. And that's what I was getting ready to say when I was following around Alex, when I lost track of what I was talking about. And let's get the graphic off the screen here. And the session was over. But what Zhao did is he had a new session over, checkered flag graphic. Just kind of borrowing that, see how it works.
The gold charge back there.
Leading us to green today will be the Porsche safety car. Is their pace car? I am a sucker for good liveries. That is a great looking livery. So today's race, like we said, 63 laps. Looks like a 21. We'll get 4 sets of tires, including the ones they are starting on. I don't know how much a fresh set of tires is really going to help in this particular track. We will see on your own. At 58.0, going through the S's here. My man Rick with the 58.4, Dave Stedman with the 58.4, and through the S's here. My man Rick with the 58.4, Dave Stedman with the 58.4, and Henry with 115. I think he's probably just did a reconnaissance lap and brought her in. So that is the starting grid. Your schedule for the IndyCar Challenge from Raceverse, powered by BK Paints, is there at the top of the screen. Make sure you pause this when you watch it. Write it down in your calendar. We're coming to green.
Coming to green. Here we go. Pace cars off the track. Yeah.
The field is under control of oh, and Alex gets a big jump. Big jump. He is all alone going into turn 1. Wow. That is a great jump. Good. Clips it a little bit. Doesn't cook it coming in. And off we go. We are green, folks. It's Van Zant, followed by DeMay. And the boss man, Houston. And Ritter. Those are your top 4 right now. Coming down into turn 5. And into the carousel complex. Starting in the S's. Blasting down, which I would guess I would call the back straight. Coming into the paddock bend. Little flips of the gears here. Boom, boom. Onto the strips. Down the main straight. And we got 1 of 63 in the books.
That's a long dang race for the small field that they have here.
The sounds of IndyCar. Nothing quite like it. I know. Some people like NASCAR seem, we got it kind of messed up there in turn 5. It's going to allow Dakota to make up a little ground on him. That's fine. Looks like Alex has recovered. when you're in that portion of the track, and right here, it's a constant. You're fighting the constant urge to want to just drop the pedal, and you can't do it through the S's. You can't do it through the carousel. There's not enough road there versus the power which you're dealing with in the engine department behind you to really manage it quite well without going off course or scrubbing off a ton of speed. The tires caused some issues down second right here. And in this is tough edge of iRacing and several really is about 6 cars long here now. And let's bring up 6th place. Rick Ravon. So Rick and I have known each other since '97. He was a competitor with me in several leagues that we were racing together with the old IndyCar Racing 2 sim by Papyrus, which was later purchased by Sierra Online. If you at all know about the lineage of iRacing and how its software is developed and who owns it and how it became to be, there are definite roots for iRacing in IndyCar Racing 1 and 2. Which were the very first racing sim games from Papyrus. Actually, the predecessor to both of those were Indy 500, the simulation by EA Sports. Then it spun off into IndyCar Racing 1 and 2, which then started the launch of the NASCAR races from Papyrus. So NASCAR 1, NASCAR 2, and then I think it all eventually led to, Zhao got off a little wide there. And there's a pass for position from Julian. Good job, taking advantage of a mistake. Zhao's trying to line up. He's going to, he's going to try to dive in deep there under braking. He's just not getting it back. Julian is too disciplined there. He's going to hold him off, and we're going to run into the chute here. Coming down into the chute. That's Wagon Bin. So now Rick's starting to set sights here on Zhao. So, IndyCar Racing and Zhao is off again. That's going to allow Rick to take a peek. He is looking. He wants to. Discretion is the better part of valor right there. In that Rick Mears livery from 1981-82. Yes, he has a... Oh, look at him taking that wide... He was looking to try to get maybe wide on him and build up some momentum to get him on the outside, and it just didn't pan out that way. Rick is a huge Rick Mears fan, and that's his. He has been driving that livery for as long as I've known him, and that includes IndyCar Racing 1 and 2. So, like I said, on IndyCar Racing 1 and 2 definitely has the roots. iRacing has roots back to IndyCar Racing 1 and 2, direct roots for that matter. So what we would do back in the day in those particular leagues, they were called offline leagues. And so what you did with offline leagues is you would run your race, you would get the conditions, and everyone would set the rules. And then you would run your race, and then you would send... Whoop, come on, Rick, hold it together. Then you would send your results back after you run your race, and then everyone's results would be compiled, and then that's how your final standings were determined. Rick, for the most part, man, he was like untouchable in some of those races. Dominated a lot of them from the start. When you dominate that much in a league that doesn't have any controls over cheating like iRacing does, then you start getting a lot of the accusations of cheating. And I tell you, I've known Rick for way too long. Man does not cheat. He is just that damn good. So he took a lot of that personally and took it out on a lot of the fields that he went against. He just laid us out and dominated on those particular races. Taking a peek to the inside turn 5 there. But I had the pleasure of reconnecting with Rick here when we got back into iRacing. For as long as I've known him, he's been pretty much a privateer, just races by himself, and I want to thank him for bringing me onto the team when we raced in the TI in the Indy 5 or Indy 250. Here he is, going to make the groove on the outside going into turn 10. Haddock, whoa, and there it is. Oh, and he comes, just dodges a bullet that time. So we're Vaughn up to 4th.
It's Ray Vaughn. think I definitely want to be in the booth. It really is fun. It's so much more fun than racing. I can't
So we're back up with the leader.
But it's true.
So when I was running with Rick in the TI Indy 250, I ran the. He has the Gold Charge, of course, which is the Penske PC9, PC10 chassis from 81, 82. I ran the Norton Challenge.
Spirit.
Gold Charge Norton Challenge, yeah. And that was, I would like to say, better known driven by Bobby Unser in his 1981 Indy 500 win. But some people would say it probably is infamous in many ways because it was a livery of Kevin Cogan, which caused that coming to the green incident in the 82 500, which took out Mario and a whole bunch of others at the start of that particular race. And that's the infamous race where AJ Foyt was being interviewed by Chris Economaki in the pits, and he had some choice words to say, and Economaki says, "Who you talking about?" And he says, "I'm talking about that Coogan guy, that Coogan." Yeah, Kevin Cogan, it became Kevin Coogan thanks to AJ Foyt. And frankly, that guy's career never really recovered after that. He had a short gasp of brilliance and success in 86.
I just watched him come through that corner completely wrong.
Probably had the Indy 500 won that. Whoa, going wide off there for Alex. Probably had the Indy 500 won that year if it was not for a late yellow caused by future Indy 500 winner Ari Leyendijk. He had that covered, and so what happened coming back down the green is that brought the field together. Bobby Rahal got behind him, caught the draft coming down to the green flag, passed him just shortly after crossing start finish, got him into turn one, and frankly, there you go. 1986 is history at that point. You have a new champion, and Kevin Cogan finished second. And that's kind of the last time you really heard from him, other than that massive wreck he had coming out of turn four, and just tore his car into basically two when he hit the pit attenuator at the end of pit road. And that's why if you saw this year's Indy 500, all that padding is there at the pit attenuator. You can thank Kevin Cogan for that. But back to the race, we're on lap 14 of 63. We're about 7 laps away from pit stops. It's Van Zandt, DeMade, Altena, Ravon, Stedman, Ritter, Herrick, and Houston is back in 8th place, 42 seconds back. I'm not quite sure what happened to the boss man. I don't know if he had an early pit stop or he had a little off somewhere. Maybe it's strategy. Let's pop into Matt's car. Let's hey Matt, move over. We're gonna sit on your lap here. We're all of a sudden he's got himself a paints. If you want to interact with me during today, not restricting the speeds. I wouldn't say it's a 90-degree turn per se, but country back roads of Indiana through, because they got some weird this battle on the track, really. I couldn't tell you, unfortunately. Our Rick may have retired. I'm showing him as gray on the scoring screen, so he might have retired. So hopefully Rick had better luck in today's race than he did at the horse track. He knows what I'm talking about. Currently 7 cars left remaining running. How how the crews do with the pit stop. S's, third gear, fifth gear. Oh, we are pitting. We are right in that pit window. He is diving in with Dakota, so it's going to be a race off pit road. Let's watch from the perspective of Julian here. Let's stay in the car and see how the crews do with the pit stop. He hits his
second and a half. These guys are very. Yeah, it looks like the top three are pretty well. These things, and
car right now. So Rick, what? Oh, I hear voices. There, maximizing the speed off of turn 10, so you can blast down the main straight. Let's pop in his car. Okay, Julian, move over. Hopefully you don't.
This has been a great race, Gary.
Uh-oh, I hear voices.
It's Rick Ravon joining you up in the booth.
See, is everyone hearing Rick? I don't know. We'll see. Okay, Rick has joined me up in the booth as we jumped on. We're jumping on Julian's lap here. We're in his car right now. So Rick, what happened out there? Just a short day, or?
Oh yeah, it was a little bit of frustration. I thought the race was the practice was going to begin at 12 o'clock. I didn't know that the race started at 12 o'clock. iRacing is a little strange the way they list these things. And sometimes you'll see 7:30, and that's when practice starts. Sometimes if you see 12 o'clock or whatever, that's actually when the race started. So I literally jumped in to practice during qualifying, and there was 5 minutes left. So I didn't have any time to really get used to the braking points and the apexes and everything else. So I was kind of started behind the 8 ball there. But I just started getting loose and spin. I couldn't push it. I felt like there was no grip. And I just said, out of heck with it. At some point, I moved up to 4th, but only because these guys they made a few mistakes, and that's what moved me up. But after that, I just said, out of heck with this. I'll just watch.
Yeah, we just happened to have the camera on you when we were watching that battle with Ritter when he got loose and spun out coming out of turn 10, and you passed him, and he shot right back across the track. And
do you see the steering input they're giving? How they're scrubbing the hell out of the front tires? What is up with that iRacing, huh? That is not... No. My tires should be in much better shape because I'm not putting that much steering input into the steering wheel to get through these corners. I remember when I was watching George Sandman race, and I remember watching him, and it looked to me like he would turn the wheel so far, and they would start pushing, he'd turn even more, and then it would grip, which is weird. And then Justin Wilson, who passed away, at Pocono. I was standing there with Justin, and I was telling him that that's not realistic, and he agreed with me. So now I'm watching this guy's in-car, and I see him just cranking the wheel in the corners, where he should be. The more you turn the wheel, the less grip you have in the front. It gets to a certain point, you get maximum grip. And then if you keep turning it, the wheels keep doing this. Eventually, you're just going to be skidding forward. But that's not how it works in iRacing. Maybe I should be cranking the wheel. Maybe that's why these guys seem to have more grip than I do when they get through the corners, because they're cranking the wheel unrealistically. Cranking the wheel. It could be it.
almost got you, and I'm like, whoo!
Yeah,
that was your one close call today.
Yeah, he sure did. And I was watching him when you're that close on a track like this, and it's pretty bumpy too, and especially coming through that final corner when you come onto the main stretch, it's pretty bumpy. So it tends to upset the balance of the car, and you can easily lose control, especially if you get your right side wheels on that raised curbing over there. And that's exactly what happened to him. And I was kind of prepared for it, but hey, look, if he came across the racetrack, there was nothing I could have done.
Look at that.
Right. It's one of those classic racing incidents.
I left the race. I'm trying to get back in so I could watch. If I even thought that I could come into the broadcast booth and join you, I never would have left. I just would have joined you in the broadcast booth.
So we're still on board with Julian here. This is your closest battle on the racetrack right now.
Booth and join you. I never would have left. I just would have joined you in the broadcast booth.
So we're still on board with Julian here. This is your closest battle on the racetrack right now. He's 2 seconds behind as the crow flies. Dakota. Coming through the S's, 3rd gear, 4th gear, onto the stretch leading to turn 10, 5th gear. Oh, we are pitting. We are right in that pit window. He is diving in with Dakota, so it's going to be a race off pit road. Let's watch about down and away about the same time. So he just needs to make it up on the course, I guess. You're not going to make it up in the pits. You got to make it up on the course.
Yeah, it looks like the top three are pretty well spread out at this point, and I don't think any one of them is going to really gain much of an advantage through the pit stops. Maybe a second and a half. These guys are very experienced; they know what they're doing. So I can't imagine they're going to botch their pit stops up enough to, unless they break the speed limit. But again, they're very experienced racers. I just don't see that happening.
Now, this is a pretty disciplined group right here. But you know, everyone's human, so mistakes do happen. But we shall see.
Look at the grip.
So Julian did make up a little bit of time. He is he's within a second. He was within 2 seconds before the pit stop. He's now within a second now. So as Rick was saying, he made up a little bit of time. But I think that most of that was done either at pit entrance or at exit on the outlap. It definitely wasn't in the pit. Van Zant's still your leader as he's coming through the S's, going on to turn 9, getting ready to make that turn on to turn 10 for the straightaway. There you go. Now, Rick is right. This place is very bumpy. It is very bumpy, and if you have a force feedback wheel and you have the force feedback turned on, you're going to feel every single one of those bumps in the wheel. I would imagine if, whoop, a little sideways there, a little bit of a tank slapper on the outside coming into turn 1 by Alex. But if you have force feedback, you're going to feel every bit of it. And if this was a real IndyCar race going on here, those in-car shots you'd be seeing would be darn near impossible to actually see a clear image because it'll be vibrating so much. So this is a club track, so it's meant for like SCCA stuff and that type of stuff. You would never see. Maybe earlier in its history, but not in its.
All right, well, I'm going to go. That was fun. Gary's doing a really, really good job. And it was fun to join him up in the booth. The race wasn't fun for me. If I had more time to practice, I probably would have felt more comfortable out there, but it is what it is. And we'll see you next time. Goodbye.